So you may or may not know that around 2 weeks ago, I made a video where I was talking about how I had a lot of free time, but I had no clue how to fill it in. I had no clue exactly what to do precisely. I knew I wanted to achieve certain goals, but I didn't know how to get to them, or I just couldn't find the energy to do the stuff that I wanted to when I know I should have done it and I had the time to do it, right? And the thing was super frustrating. The thing was super annoying at the time. And it's been over 2 weeks now that I've been battling with this frustrating thing of having the time that I've always wanted, right? Which is literally 24 hours of my day free to do whatever I want. And I'm not using it how I'd wanted to in the past, right? I've had more than 2 weeks of this frustrating experience, and I think I finally understood why it's been frustrating, why I haven't managed to do the things that I wanted to. And it's on some side, like on a certain side of it, yes, it's easy once you understand it. But on another side, it's probably not what you thought, and I can give you a few practical steps that I actually just learnt and we just talked about with me and the brothers in my community with the community call we just had. Right, let's start from the fact that if you have a similar experience to mine, and I saw that a lot of you in the comments are struggling with this issue, where you have a lot of free time, you've finished your exams, whether it's school exams or university exams, or you're struggling with finding a job, and in the meantime, you know, you also want to start a business, you want to start a project, but you just can't find the energy to do it. Listen to me right now. The reason as to why you can't find the energy to do the stuff, right, to get to that certain goal that you have. Let's say you want to start a business, right? Sorry, there was like a mosquito flying by. Let's say there's a certain business that you want to start, okay? Or let's just generally say a project, okay? You know you want to start a project, you know you want to start a business, you know you want to start selling a certain product. The issue is you're not doing anything because you don't know how to sell that product. You don't know where to start, right? The issue is that when we have a lot of free time, and this is what I've noticed with myself, I'm wasting a lot of my time, not because I know what to do, right? But I simply can't be bothered. The issue is I know what I'd like to do, but I don't know how to do it. And the fact that I don't know how to do it means that I don't know where to start. And when I don't know where to start, it's easy for your brain to think, right, do you want to sit down and think about how you're going to do this? Or do you want to sit down and play Clash Royale a whole hour? Just an example. Or scroll on Instagram or YouTube, watch YouTube videos for an hour, 2 hours, right? It's easy for your brain to decide on that situation, yes, let me play Clash Royale, or yes, let me watch YouTube videos that are useless, or Instagram videos that I can't even remember what I watched yesterday, right? So the issue is, if you know, and I've noticed it with my own life experience, although it's very short, that whenever I know exactly what to do, it's difficult for me to procrastinate because I know exactly what I should be doing, right? And if anything, actually, I've had more, let's say, free time used correctly like I wanted to, precisely when I didn't know where I would want it to go, right? But I knew what I wanted to do. So it's not really a question of goals, and I'll get to goals in a second. It's more a question of, do you even know what you want to do? Because you probably don't know where to start. And when you don't know where to start, we all know that the worst thing is starting. The most difficult part is starting. I was giving this example in the call. Have you guys ever jumped from a cliff into the sea, or from in a swimming pool from quite a high place, right? And you dived into the pool, right? And maybe it was quite a bit high and you were scared of it at first, right? How long did it take you to take that first jump? For some people, they jump immediately, right? And these people, Allahumma barik, they just have so much courage. But for some people like me, and probably most of you watching this video right now, it's not as easy, and it takes you a long time to build up the courage to finally jump. But once you actually jump and you realize it's not as bad as you thought it actually was, how easy is it, or how difficult actually is it to then jump a second time? So much less compared to the first time, right? And then if you do it a third time, right, it's even easier. So the more you jump, right, the easier it is, because the less scared of it you are, because the more you've done it, the more experience you have about it, and the more you realize, I actually know that it isn't that scary. Similarly, with whatever you want to do, the worst part, the most difficult part is actually starting, because that's when you're scared, but not necessarily scared because you're scared of it, that you're like, oh no, I don't know if I should do it. No, it's not that type of fear, but you're scared that you might be taking a decision or risk that you're still not sure 100% of, right? You're still not sure if you actually want to do that thing. But let me break it to you. You're never going to be 100% sure of any decision you make in life. Whether it is, if you're not a Muslim, watching this video and you've been interested in accepting Islam, right? Whether it's Islam, wanting to accept Islam, you're never going to feel 100% certain about a religion. You're never going to feel 100% certain about a person you want to marry. You're never going to feel 100% certain of a business or a job or a project you want to start. And you're never going to feel certain of a university course that you want to start to study to build your future. Never. Certainty is something we need to throw out the window, because we cannot have it, unfortunately. Now, having said this, right, and you understand that we need to forget about certainty, and when you have an idea, you like it, right, and you've thought about it a bit, and you understand where you need to start, right, okay, then, of course, start doing that particular thing, and you'll realize how easy it is to start creating a workflow where every day you wake up and you know exactly what to do. But for those, just like me, that have no clue actually where to start, here's how you realize how to start. And subhanAllah, there was this brother, his name is Samson, on the community, Allahumma barik, and may Allah bless him. He's been in the call since the first ever call, by the way, so really, may Allah bless him. He said something which is so true that I remember I was explaining to the sisters as well in my community in one of the calls, because one of the sisters was asking me, like, advice for goal setting, that she was setting goals that were too high for herself, right? And she wasn't achieving them, and she felt really demotivated by the fact that she wasn't achieving them, and maybe she was doing something wrong. And I explained this very thing that Samson literally today explained to me, right? But he added a twist to it, and it's just, subhanAllah, it's incredible. So please listen to this, because this is golden. When you don't know what to do, like how to start, right? What you need to do is understand if you have a goal. You probably have one goal, and it probably is a big goal. It probably is this massive one big goal that you have. It could be becoming a millionaire, right? Getting 100,000 subscribers on your social media pages, just like Samson was saying, right? Or it could be any big goal that you might have, right? We all have a big goal when we have ideas and projects we'd like to do, because we don't, let's be honest, you're never going to want to do a project if you don't have a goal in mind, okay? So if you have a project in mind that you want to do, it's because you have a goal that you want to achieve through it, right? Let's just take the example of being a millionaire, right? Okay. If you see the goal alone and you put this goal to yourself that you just want to become a millionaire, it's very difficult to understand where to start. Because it's like, okay, I want to be a millionaire, but how on earth do I start? Right, let me break this down to you. Don't set initially goals that are too big for you, okay? Don't set singular big goals that you want to achieve that are too big for you, because if they're too big, they might not be actually like in real life achievable, or they may not be actually something that you can physically do, right? Becoming a millionaire, it's something that you can't just go from having no money to a millionaire, right? There's stages, there's money that you need to build up, right? You don't just go from 0 to a million. You might go from 0 to 1,000, 10,000, then maybe it gets to 10, 20,000, then it gets to, let's say, 30, 40, 50, then you get to 100, then you get to 200. Gradually, you build up your way to $1 million. For some, it may take them 6 months. For some, it may take them a year. For some, it may take them 10 years, right? Everyone has their own pace, so don't compare yourself to others. But here's the thing. Nobody thinks of going from 0 to immediately $1 million, right? And our issue, my issue, and your issue probably, is that, unfortunately, that's what we want to do. We want to go from having nothing to then achieving this massive goal, right? Without realizing that there's steps that we need to make. So what did Samson say, which Allahumma barik, it's great. Take that one big goal and divide it into small different goals. See it kind of as if a staircase you need to climb, or if you want to use the mountain analogy, which is a little bit easier maybe. Think as if your big goal that you want to achieve is like this top of the mountain, right, that you want to reach. Now, don't just have one goal. Divide it into different goals and that allow them to be small goals, right? With the example of becoming a millionaire, your first goal, if you're completely broke and you're like, got $0, okay, what you do is this. You set yourself a goal and say, right, I want to make my first $100. If you just alone give yourself the goal to make $100, you immediately start to think of ways you can make that $100, don't you? Right? You can immediately start to think about the things you have in your house that you can sell, right, as secondhand to start making money. You can immediately think about, just to make $100, I just need to do this thing that I'm really good at, and I just need to do it 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, right? Or there's a particular thing, as I said, maybe you've got a PlayStation in your house, you're fed up with video games, sell your PlayStation, right? Sell it, and you can use that, right, to then get to that $100, because you know that by selling your PlayStation, it's definitely going to get you those $100. So now you know actually how to get to $100. Once you get to $100, right, then you start to give yourself the new goal, which is, right, I want to get to $1,000. Now that you have $100, it now becomes a little bit easier. Maybe you may not get it now, or you may not understand how to get to $1,000 yet, because you may not even haven't got like $100 yet, right? But once you get to 100, then you have some money that you can actually invest to be able to get to 1,000. Or maybe you've learned a few things that have allowed you to understand how you're going to get to 1,000. So it's only when you gradually build your way up through these small, easy goals that you know you can absolutely achieve, and there's no way you cannot achieve. Not only is it going to motivate you when you when you overdo yourself, right? It's going to motivate you even more, because you're going to feel as if you're better than what you think you are, right? But it's going to allow you to keep that momentum and that motivation, that strive, that determination to keep going, because you're actually seeing success. But you're giving yourself goals that you know you can actually achieve, and you know you can actually achieve them because you know exactly how you're going to do it. So don't place one single massive big goal. Divide it into small goals and see it kind of as if a mountain you need to climb. And that's how you're going to get there. And forget about time, forget about trying to do things in a year, 6 months, 2 months, a month. Forget about the time, because it can take you a month to achieve a certain goal, like it can take you a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, or even a day. So forget about time. So that's the first thing that is incredible, to truly understand what you need to do. Because now that you know what you want to do, right, now it becomes easier to truly understand what you need to do. Now, let's say, just like myself, I know I want to post a video every single week, okay? If I post the video every single week, I know it's not going to take me the 100 plus hours of this week to make the video. I just know it takes me this hour or 2 to record, then go and cut a few things, put noise reduction or whatever I might need to put, and then upload it, right? I know it just takes me a few hours. The issue is, what on earth am I going to do for the 100 plus hours that I have during the week? That's the issue. That's where you need to understand that you can break that one goal, that one video a week goal, into different things you can do every day. Maybe strive to make a more complex goal every week. Strive to make something that is a little bit complicated, so that you know you'll need more time to do it. And in fact, I'm actually trying to, and I've been thinking about this for some time, but I really want to change the style of my videos, right? I'm not going to say precisely how I want to make my videos, because I feel as if I want it to be a surprise. And I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure about this decision I want to make, but just like I said in the start of the video, you're never going to be 100% sure of any decision you make in life. So I have an idea of how I want to change these videos, because I know that by making these videos, right, like I'm making them right now, they have tons of value, right? But my goal right now is to be able to grow my social media accounts. And I know that if I want to grow my social media accounts, something needs to change, right? And if something needs to change, it means that more work needs to be put in. And when I have more work that needs to be put in, then I'll truly understand what I need to do every single day. Okay, so the idea is challenge yourself every day to do something. Okay, challenge yourself. I saw a comment on my video that I posted 2 weeks ago, because I didn't post a week ago, and there was this, she was saying, or he was saying, I can't remember, maybe it was a sister, right? And she was saying, give yourself like a challenge for a week of waking up at 8 a.m. every day, doing at least 30 minutes of exercise every day, reading X amount of pages of a book every day, trying to read X amount of pages of Quran every day. Like, challenge yourself for just a week to do a certain thing. See it kind of as if, kind of like a dopamine detox, right? For just a week, where you do a certain thing and you challenge yourself to something hard, right? This way you'll know exactly what you need to do. So don't just have one thing you need to do. Have multiple different things, but try to focus on one major thing, because of course, if you have too many things, then you're not going to put the right amount of energy needed to achieve in the goal you truly care about, right? So only try and have one major goal. But of course, for example, I want to make videos on YouTube, but I like running and lifting, so I can also have goals that are related to fitness. And this is truly how I believe it's the only way to truly make most of the time you have when you have free time. You don't know what to do, you just know you want to do something with it, and you have big goals, right? And this is how I truly believe we can really break free from this. And I really believe that I've managed to truly understand this thing. So, based upon that, I'll say Assalamu alaikum, and also remember, this is extremely important. It's not a problem if you take risks, right? Taking risks, sorry, not risks. I completely butchered it. It's completely fine to take rests. There we go. You can absolutely rest. Take a week off, take 2 weeks off, take a whole month off if you need it from a particular thing, because sometimes you might get bored of it. It might become too much. You might burn out. We're humans. We can't go on forever. Rest is very important. You absolutely need it. So don't be scared of it. Why am I saying it? Because I'm scared of it. I'm someone who, when thinks about rest, he thinks that, I always think that I'm wasting time, that I could use it better. But subhanAllah, that's absolutely not true. It's not wasting time. It's in a sense, resting your body, resting your mind, and truly it helps you realize why you love doing the thing that you started doing in the first place, and it helps you remember about your why. So on that note, Salaam alaikum, and of course, I'm more than happy to see your comments down below, inshallah. And yeah, I really hope this video helped, and stay tuned because I'm probably going to be making a few changes to my style of videos, inshallah. I don't know if it's going to be in a week. It could be in 2 weeks that I'm going to be implementing this change. I really don't know how long it's going to take me, but I'm excited. Nonetheless, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.